Going on, viewers? JoJo Reviews here for another review, and today is going to be another 50th figure, which is Torpedo. Torpedo is one of my favorite figures. It was also one of the first G.I. Joe toys I ever had when I was younger, which was the 1983 Torpedo. I got it from my aunt. Um, so yeah, this is a very nice update of the original Torpedo. It looks a lot like him, with a lot more detail. I mean, it does have its issues, but besides, you can get past a few faults that it does have. I like to pose him like this with his rifle, and I'll go ahead and give you an overview of him, like 360, before I show you his accessories. So here is Mr. Torpedo himself. Really nicely detailed. He is kind of black, so the camera can't pick him up all the way. He does have insane painted eyes, like he looks crazy. But that's not something I can't fix with a micron inking pen. So yeah, now I guess I'll just show you his accessories. A lot of people wonder why he has this rifle, but it's because he is a Navy SEAL after all, and they are on land sometimes, and he's going to need a rifle. I mean, he's not gonna always shoot people with his torpedo gun. It's just torpedo gun. His freaking spear gun. I don't know why it's a torpedo gun. I'm sorry. I really like this mold. I wish that Hasbro would use it more often than they do. This is really nice. It would also be cool if, kind of like they did during the Clone Wars era, where they had, in each package, they would have a little locker, like cardboard locker looking thing, and it would have weapons on the inside of it. God, those were lifesavers, because I would always lose my weapons and stuff from my Clone Wars figures. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Clone Wars. We're here to talk about Joe. So, he does come with 2 flippers, which obviously he's going to need. But my issue with them is they don't have a foot peg in the bottom, so he can pose him on his base stand with it. And they do turn, which is nice, because, you know, they would be used. If you were going to be able to fold them in real life, they'd probably be to store them on his backpack or something, but you can't do that with this. The only other thing I can think of is probably, you know, as like a play feature. So when you're playing with it in the water or something, you can act like his flippers are moving, which is a very nice update compared to a lot of flippers that you get with these aquatic figures like this. They are really nicely detailed. I'm not going to show you both of them because they're pretty much identical. They are really nice. I have not had a problem with them coming apart at all, like some people have, but, so yeah. Next, he has a spear gun. Not exactly sure why he has a spear gun, or why they originally even had a spear gun. I didn't read their file cards, I didn't really watch the show then, so I don't know. Let me focus, okay. It is a very lightly detailed weapon. But it's alright, it has enough detail, you know what it is. So, next he does have 2 knives. I have one in his pistol holster because he doesn't have a pistol. These really nice knives. I really do like these molds, and I wish I would use them more often. But it looks like the entire thing was molded in this white plastic, and then it has a black painted handle. Because you can tell when you look at the knife right here that the black paint is overlapping the plastic. So he does come with 2 of those. Next he does, oh my gosh, okay, that happened. He has a mask, a swim mask, has a rebreather that attaches to his air tanks, transparent visor. I don't know what else to call it. It's like the glasses part of it. I have seen this with some other figures, but usually these wires come out, but they don't on this one. I don't really care because these got lost very easily. Pretty nice detailing on here. His last accessory is a pretty nice one. It is his air tanks. They are different from the original, of course. They have to be, and they do look better than the original in my opinion, but they have this really nice silver detailing right here on those air tanks. but I have a feeling it probably wears off very easily, knowing Hasbro and their infamous silver paint issues. The backpack has two pegs right here, which I'm not exactly sure what they were meant for. I'm guessing that unlike, other figures that this came with, you were supposed to put their flippers on here, like fold them up or, just stick them on here somehow. Because most of the flippers have a peg hole, so you can peg it into their base with their feet in it. But can't really do anything with these pegs. The backpack is rather flat, which I'm not a big fan of it, but it's nice because it fits to his body perfectly and it's not going to come off. It also has two bars right here that I'm sure were probably meant for something at one time, but I don't know that. And it has two holes, tiny holes right here. You probably can't even see them on camera. That you're supposed to put these hoses in. So yeah. One of mine, sorry guys, I had to pause for a minute. I heard something. But it does have two holes in the back of the backpack that these two hoses do connect to. One of mine was bigger than the other, and the other one was really tiny, so I really couldn't fit his mask into here, and I still can't after trying to work with it and get them in there. So when I display him, I just put the hoses inside the backpack and have this sitting on top of his head. It may not bother you, but those types of things do kind of bother me. So next we'll get into his articulation, which you probably already know the basic articulation of Joe, but here's his head. I told you he had crazy eyes. It does turn 360, not hindered at all. His torso 360 goes up and down, side to side a little bit. Same thing with his head, does go side to side as well. I did notice a lot of these 50th figures on the joints, they have like pieces of plastic tags that were not cut off cleanly or something. They go out, they go all the way. He can go up that far. He can go completely down, 360, spin in the arm, elbows bend, not all the way. They don't turn quite 90 degrees. They do spin though. Swivel arm, battle grip. His hands spin. His wrists do turn, but I'm kind of scared to do that because they're very tight, which is good. Same articulation on this hand. So yeah, his legs go up, back. They double jointed knees, and of course he has the rocker joint ankles, which a lot of people don't like, but I like it. I'll just give you a nice view of his body, like the details and stuff. He does have a golden star right here that like most of the 50th figures have. So yeah, one thing I do not like about his body construction is how it has that curve right there where the screws hold his leg together. They kind of cut a huge curve into his leg. It may not pick up as easily on camera, but it's kind of an eyesore when it's on display because you can see the silver screws and there's two gigantic holes in his legs. But I can look past that because of all of his nice accessories and how they fit together, and So overall, I would rate Torpedo probably an 8 out of 10. The only reason he's not a 9 out of 10 is because of this really annoying backpack. I fiddled with this thing for like probably about an hour trying to get these stupid hoses in. And even when I did get them in, I managed to do it once. When I put this over there, the mask would keep going up. So now I display him with his mask up and the hoses behind him. So yeah. I would recommend this figure. This came in the set with Zartan and what's the other figure? I don't remember what it was. Hit and Run. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please rate, subscribe, and share this video on Facebook or Instagram, things like that. If you want to use the hashtag SoCalCobras. If you do, share the video, links or whatever. Goodbye.